be very interesting. And for mine, Corey, I think Howick Hornets want to stamp their authority, and show why they're top of the ladder.
Yeah, it wasn't the best of first halves from the Howick Hornets, and it really came off an ability to complete sets. So I think if they can clean that side of the game up, they'll get right back into this. There's only 2 points in it. It's not like they're out of it. But in terms of momentum, I mean, you definitely feel like Glenora won that first half, didn't you? So it'll be interesting to see what they can come up with in the second half for the Glenora Bears. They'll want to stick to, I think, trying to move this Howick team around. They've found some success there, and they've been fairly determined in their tactics so far as they take the ball forward now to 5 short of halfway. Lam is the dummy half. Interesting to see him playing big minutes at dummy half, and Zach Tippins at one stage actually moved into the halves and appeared to be playing as a halfback. So not sure what the reshuffle was all about there, as Lam goes out the back and finds Kingy, the starting halfback, who looks to the heavens. And a tester on here for the Hornets. It's dropped, and Waiarangi's onto the ball. Glenora are going to open the scoring on the very first set of the second half. A monster of a bomb, which is not handled by the Hornets. And Waiarangi says, thank you very much. I will take that all the way to the house.
So the Sporting SAS replay. Phil Kingy goes to the heavens, and then the ball hung up there really well, putting the catcher under immense pressure as he's hearing footprints coming down, and just bobbled it terribly straight into the breadbasket here, and that'll be an easy 4 points that they'll ever get in the SAS Fox Memorial. Yeah, not the best way to start.
Horrible ball to try and bring in, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think too the just his body position. He had his back.
Yeah.
You could hear footprints coming, and trying to catch that over the shoulder just proved a little bit too difficult.
So I wait for the kick. We've got a couple of results to update you on, starting with the Crown Lift Trucks Fox Championship. Papakura lead Pukekohe 18-16 at the break, 2 points in that one. And Hibiscus, they're up 12-10 over Manurewa. So the Raiders travelling nicely there at Mountford Park. And then moving our attention to the first division, the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership. Mount Albert in control against Northcote, 18 points to 6. Otahu well and truly in front over Marist, 34-0, although Marist faced a similar deficit last week and still ended up winning. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the second half in that one. As the flags go up, the kick is good, and another 2 points for the Bears, which takes them out to a 14-6 lead. And the remaining game, Point Chevalier are up 16-8 over the Mangere East Hawks.
Interesting Mount Albert score there, Corey.
Yeah, they've been, in some respects, I guess, a bit of a funny team in terms of have tended to, I guess, struggle in between form patches of really good form this year. And last week, well, they appeared to struggle in a really big way. They bounced back now. Part of that's to do with the coaching. Don't often see a John Ackland coach team play 2 bad games in a row. And that would appear to be ringing true so far today. So it is the Bears who lead now by 8 points. And Howick need to
He's dropped that.
Find a way back into this match, and that's going to be called a knock-on here. So the Hornets have forced an error here, and that could be an important one. Fitzgerald Davis has taken a knock there, which may have led to the knock-on. He's in a bit of discomfort. Looks like he's going to pack down the scrum anyway. Plenty coming up in the Auckland Rugby League in the next few weeks. Starting with tomorrow, the big Farrelly Photos Women's Premiership Grand Final clash Troy.
Yeah, big shout out to Mike Farrelly. What a legend he is. And team photos this year, make sure you get hold of him. www.farrelly.co.nz. And he'll definitely see you right. Professional man.
Should be a great game tomorrow between Papakura and Richmond as well. The two pace setters in that competition all year. They've been good games when they've played each other so far. Looking forward to bringing you the call on that one from 2:30 with the championship a little earlier. At 12:30 now, Vueti Bell goes into a little half gap. They're 10 out from the line now, the Howick Hornets. Olivetti to Prendergast. They will now centralise via Lee. Centre field, options left and right. It's left that Jethro Friend goes. Double pump and then goes to Scott Jones. Last play now coming up for the Hornets. Prendergast. Nahu Main.
Good D.
Held up and handover ball. The Hornets now will look to trap Glenora. Jazz Nahu Main wanted to play the ball. I'm not sure if he didn't know what tackle it was or was being a little cheeky that time, but anyway. Watch Howick's line speed here. They'll be desperate to trap the Bears and make sure this opportunity does not go to waste, and there it is. Up on him. Like a boa constrictor. And too much.
No, I think there was a bit of direct chat there.
You're right.
Yeah,
it was away from the play, Tony Tuia.
Yeah. He didn't want the Twitter in his inbox. He didn't want that tweet. He said, no, I shun that, and there's a penalty. Appeal off a few metres.
We have time off here, and we're going to have a real talking to. Anthony Elliott is calling Tony Tuia out and Jethro Friend. Are we going to see drastic action taken here? Let's have a listen in.
I'm not going to keep accepting this. You're making a mockery of the game, okay? I'm not going to do any more of it, okay, mate? You talk to him. We're going to play the tap here, and that's it.
Sort it out before I do. The message from Elliott. So back into it. Sorry to cut you off there, Troy, as we listen into the ref audio.
You sort of touched on it earlier in the first half. They were getting ready to pack down into a scrum, and Tony was talking and Jethro was holding off. And I think, look, it's a little bit of misdirection. They're buying each other a bit of time, and, it's just senior players doing what senior players do.
Bernard, straight into Tuia. Kavaliku. Good run from Suape. Tuia joins in late, but he's still driving the leg, Suape.
Good carry.
Bernard plays backdoor. Again, space now looming on the left edge. Rangi kicks. Foot race on. Olivetti's going to beat everyone to it. We'll bring it back out to the 10.
Hornets looking for runners here.
We've seen a lot today from both teams, really, but
No, sorry, popped it out the back. No, the referee says no. Sorry, mate.
called back to go again. I was just going to say we've seen a lot today. The props really ball playing, and we saw that time Chase Bernard spin the ball out the back. So they're going to the line and looking to play make from there as Royden Gillett now breaks down this side, pops the ball out. Prendergast will have no choice but to die on the football and stays in the field of play somehow.
Yeah, well, he Hail Mary out the back and he's paid off. Oh, getting a little bit unmessy, a little bit untidy.
Friend to Tuia. Last play coming up now for the Hornets. Still inside their own half. Hortony will kick. Rangi on the full. Clayton Williams on for his second stint. Ioka jumps out, steals a couple of extra metres, running into Vuti, Bow, Jones and Friend. Nalam to Bernard. Bernard to Suapol, who gets chopped down. That's a hell of a tackle.
Yeah.
Messi play the ball, play on the call. Bernard now goes to the line. Last coming up. Kingy. Had to reach high for it. Dribbles the kick in behind. Peter Olivetti, that's put down. First by Howick, second by Glenora. This will be a Bears ball. Olivetti just didn't get a good look at that one. Kingy had done well to get to the kick. It was a horrible pass out of dummy half.
Oh, for another bookend there.
Okay, boys. Front row down. Second.
So set heavy to the left. This is a great chance for the Bears. Yoka will be the first receiver. Looking to jink his way through the line. He had Rangi on his shoulder. Taken to ground 9 metres out. Lam jumps out. Lam will go close. Howick get there and put him on his back. They're 3 metres out from the line now, Glenora. Sitting on an 8-point lead. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Graham Suapo on the inside. Lam burrows. Howick deny him again. Holding on for dear life, here are the Hornets. Graham Suapo. Dummies. Burrows. Oh, they've done it again. How did they stop him that time? Lam. Yoka will kick. Dead it goes. And the Hornets hold on. Well, what a set that was, Troy. You feel like if they concede there, they're in big trouble. And did really well on their line. I think they burrowed a couple of times as well, the Bears. And the Hornets come through unscathed.
Yeah, they'll take a little bit of confidence from that. It's the sustained pressure as they get the grind out now past the, what are we into, 30, coming up near the 40. And just can't help but think, though, Bears.
Penalty. Hands on the ball.
Just about to say the Bears certainly mounting enough pressure there, and that pressure now gets get out of jail card as the Hornets now get to carve off a number of metres here and maybe get themselves down into an attacking opportunity. Good strong crowd here too up on the hill. The firm are here in a big way.
Hortony puts that one safely into touch and then gets down to plotting the next attack. There they are, the boys at the firm.
Everyone loves the line. Lemon Pyre up there. Here we go. Quick tap. Straight into the centre.
Joshua Simeon will get it going for the Hornets. Lee is next. A good contributor so far, Brandon Lee.
Bears are mauling him.
And hang on. Not sure what happened in there. That looked like Bernard may have kicked at one point. We're going to have time off here. That was a bit of a worry.
Yeah, they've certainly got under his skin today. Have the Bears there with the centre. And I'm coming back to Bears 14. He's certainly having a chat. Who we got in that?
It'll be interesting to see what the call is here. It certainly looked like Bernard may have lashed out with the foot a little. There was nothing too violent in it.
Tony and Jethro still orchestrating though. All the misdirections going on. Things are being put in place.
Yeah, kick from number 14. 14 Glenora while the house plays on the ground after you've played the penalty. Number 14 Glenora. 14 Glenora. Okay, so what, we're going to sit him down for 10 minutes? I'd say so. Yep.
Sinbin coming up. Chase Bernard's going to sit down for 10.
Phil.
A kick is the call,
number 14.
which it looked like originally. 14, so Chase Bernard will take a seat here. Glenora to play the next 10. A man down.
Corey. So what we've got is got to make a contact with your leg to attack a man on the ground. Okay, an intentional thing that we call so just really. We're going to be 10 minutes in the bin.
10 in the bin. The firm goes up. And the Hornets now with a golden opportunity to get their way back into this contest.
He's going to time it for you.
Phil, I've talked to you, mate. I don't know what you want me to say to you, but go back.
The lecture goes on. Doesn't matter now, Bernard's in the sin bin.
So team top of the table now really want to extort this opportunity for the next 10 minutes.
So here we go. A golden chance for the Hornets. We'll start with this set. The ball comes out the back. Held was the call, though, and we'll go back and do it again.
This will be the first. Wait for me, please. Wait, guys, wait. Hold it, 10, hold the ball. This will be first.
All right, eventually we get there. Bishop. Where will the gap be? Somewhere on this field. Another penalty.
After the held call.
Vasu Valangi called for a second effort. Howick will want to get things going again now.
Okay, let me move out the road. When you're ready.
Jethro Friend calling the shots. It goes to Hortony first up. Hortony then to Voiti Bao. Voiti Bao to Foimono, and Foimono will go very close. Pulled down just short of the line.
That's one.
Hornets on the attack. Peter Olivetti dancing, but there's plenty of beers around on that occasion. Expect them to go to the other edge here now, the Howick Hornets. Looking to move around and make the most of this numerical advantage. This is Hortony to Bishop. Bishop will go straight, just about goes right through. The ball comes loose.
It's going to be a 20-metre, guys.
20 metre the call, it's going to be a knock on. That is a huge play for the Glenora Bears, who now come out to the 20 and look to counter. Did really well to hold on there, although just as I say that, the ball's down. Simeon scoops it up. Simeon's off to the races. Look out. Down the left they go. He's hit to ground.
Is he still in?
End-to-end stuff here at Paparoa Park. This is Royden Gillett. Moves it to Trent Bishop. Bishop's got Williams on his shoulder. Instead will go to ground and does so under the weight of the Glenora number 5. Williams bumps the ball forward. Held up the call.
Held up on the second. Held up on the second. Just wait, 10. This will be 2.
Friend goes out the back, links
Play on.
with Gillett eventually, who then comes back in field to Brandon Lee.
3, release.
Jordan Papa onto the field as well now. Looks like he's going to fill that dummy half roll. Papa jumps out. Speaking of the man, Jordan Papa will go close. Ball loose. What's the call?
I'm happy that's right, mate.
Try Hornets. Royden Gillett will score on the left. We're going to need to go to the replay to see what happened. It was Jordan Papa initially in possession. I think the ball may have come loose at some point, and Royden Gillett, the man on the spot to finish it.
And we just have a quick look at the SAS replay here. Just managed to roll the ball along. It went back by the looks of that. And try time for Mr. Gillett. Linesman's there. As we wait for the kick to come. Yep, and job done. We get a couple of CTAS bites of the cherry here as they show us how good they are on their action replays.
That was nice, actually, in the end, wasn't it? The little round the corner offload. And Royden Gillett equally to be paying attention and onto it. So 4 points now the gap, and they've got, let's say, another 7 minutes with a numerical advantage.
Certainly changed the dynamic on the chat going on here on the Howick's team. We can sort of hear them off in the background here, Corey, as we're seeing the kick on the screen, about to be addressed.
Papa strikes it. Away is the call, so it remains Glenora Bears 14, Howick Hornets 10, 55 and a half gone. Now what further damage can the Hornets do? Well, Chase Bernarda's in the bin.
Yeah. You can hear the Bears. They want to roll their sleeves up from here, and they're going to have to. 14 in the bin, and only 12 players on the field.
Deep kick, and here comes Tony.
Look for a quick play the ball here.
Gets just that. And then they work it forward via Brandon Lee, who runs it at Cartier Yuka. Bishop. Whairangi Charlie does well to contain him initially, but Trent refuses to go down and then gets a little bit of second phase going. The Hornets starting to look a little bit more like the Howick we have come to know so far in 2019 now. The offload's coming and starting to dominate the middle of the park off the back of that numerical advantage. Can they get over again? Tackles up their sleeve. They're going to kick on the fourth, though. Jordan Papa will go high. Wairangi, a real tester, takes it beautifully.
Great catch.
It's Johnny Vuiti Bowen back play. He looks in a bit of strife here. He's in all sorts with the knee. Time off. That does not look good. That'll be the second. Back up to the feet, which is good, but he was certainly in some pain initially. Fizzy onto the field as well. And just a stinger by the look of it, so good news for Johnny there. Never a good sight when someone goes down like that.
Take it, boys. That'll be two. That's two. That's it, player. Oh, go. That's two.
Whairangi Charlie taken down by Tuia.
Yeah, he felt that one. Had a big shoulder on.
Nathan Satai on for his first action of the day. Tippins is back in the dummy half role now, taken over from Nar Lam. Karia Ioka, the younger of the two brothers. We see Isom in action for Kelson in the SAS College Rugby League as well. Great Rugby League dynasty, the Iokas. Big contributors to West Auckland Rugby League. Right, Simeon now looks up and sees a split line. Hands off to Papa, who then gets taken to ground. They're 45 out from the line now, the Glenora Bears. This might be their last set, playing with that numbers advantage, as Bishop slips at the line and then is wrestled to ground by Satai. Friend to Lee. Lee's got Williams in support. Instead will go himself and sends Williams through the line without the football. Friend to Hortony. Hortony, watch the footwork here. Not on this occasion. Tackles up their sleeves, still the Hornets. Friend jumps out, goes to Carlos again. Here's Trent Bishop. Bishop to the line, sizes up Phil Kingy. Out the back, links up with Gillett. They're scrambling well though, Glenora. Last play now coming up for the Howick Hornets. 59 gone. It is the Bears who lead by 4, but not for much longer. Joshua Simeon in the far left corner. The corner where Glenora favoured in the first half. Now Howick have got 2 tries down there. And in the end, just caught Glenora stretched for numbers. Had to be a gap somewhere. And the Hornets execute it to perfection.
And just having a quick look at the SAS Sporting replay here, you can see the young wingers being caught in that play the ball area. They read it really well. Nice little shift, little offload out the back there. Winger's not home, and that Hornet player went in untouched, 4 points. And again, just a numbers game. And the Bears, up until that point, they'd been working extremely hard and doing really well on the defence because they were having to do double time. But on the stop clock now.
Yeah, it's got to be heartbreaking, doesn't it? You're right, they worked so hard to just stop the roll that Howick were generating, and then in the end, the thing that catches you out is just not numbering up on on the last play there. But well done to the Hornets, who draw even now and a chance to take the lead.
And look, it'd be fair to say that they needed to. The top of the table, and they needed to make a statement, and to sort of be there to stay there. When you're playing a team with one player down, you need to get some points on the board, and they were behind the 8 ball at that point. So
a new kicker, Scott Jones, is going to attempt this one. We have a number of goal kickers in this team. I think Carlos Hortony can kick them, Jordan Papa, and now evidently Scott Jones as well.
Glenora Bears are a champion team. It's somebody's just poked the bear now, and it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the final stages of this match because they're not going to take it lying down. And they're down there having a team chat at the moment, so they're waiting for the kick to come.
Jones strikes it. And it's good. Oh, Scott Jones from the sideline. Gives Howick the lead. 16 points to 14, right on the hour mark. The firm goes up as 1. What a kick that was.
Right. I dare say Denny might get another pledge from the firm the way they're going. They're all firing up there for sure. Well, can't be too much more time left on the bin clock.
He's back.
He is.
He's back on the field. So back to 13 on 13. Deep kickoff, which is claimed. And now here come the Hornets. Brandon Lee. No backward step taken. Jones. They're going to work down the left-hand side of the field now. This game sitting finally in the balance as the final quarter approaches.
Oh, strong hit.
Friend to Williams. Yet to see Nick Wilson back out there. Will he have another run? Left in the first 10 minutes with an ankle injury. He was up and moving at one point. Remains to be seen if they bring him on for the final exchanges. Friend swings it out the back. This is Prendergast who gets decked. Vasu Valangi. Play on is the call, and Wyatt Rangi does a brilliant job to bring it in. And it's Jordan Papa, I think, actually, who might have been the kicker. Appeared to have felt that one. He's making his way back into the line now. And in the meantime, Glenora working this ball forward. They've conceded the last 2 tries, the last 10 points. Tippins misses out Bernard, instead goes to Kingy, who then shuffles play on to the right edge. Chase Bernard, he wants a carry. He's well fired up here as Chase finally gets it, and Williams comes up out of the line to meet him.
Crowd's loving it.
Tippins, short side to Kingy. Jones pressures him hard. Play on is the call. That's a good kick from Phil Kingy. Really showing his experience there. He knew had to get his team down there and give them a break, and a brilliant kick, which means the Howick Hornets will start this set. It's going to be smack bam 20 off their own line, I think.
Okay, seconds, please. Glenora, wait. Key down, last man down, when you're ready. Break!
Terrible pass from dummy half. Oh, goodness. Olivesi scoops it up and then goes back to where it all started. It's a nightmare waiting to happen. Friend sells him on a dummy, well, doesn't really sell anyone. Instead comes back and is taken to ground by Bernard, Kingy, and Ioka in there as well. Olivetti now comes centre field. They called Ioka out of the action, but he got involved. That's a penalty. Gave him the warning. Kingy wants the chat. And it's these little plays that add up when the game sits in the balance with 17 odd minutes to play. Penalty out of trouble now for the Hornets, and a chance for them to set up camp down here, try and keep the game played in this 40 metres. Papa is the dummy half, another of the former Manurewa men in this team. Sean Clark, the coach, of course, a former Manurewa man himself. Wife Serena still plays for the women's team. Another penalty now. And time off for a talk.
Jethro Friend, pure class there. You know, picked his man, ran him down, and the 18 bought into it because he sort of went to tackle him and then sort of held off, and that sort of, there you go, there's the penalty.
They're going to look to the sticks.
It's a changing moment in the game. You know, one end of the park we had Phil King, real class act, time on the ball, you know, put a nice kick through. Bit of a bobble and a fumble down here. Next thing you know, there's a penalty for 2 points being taken.
And you just can't afford to give up, you know, back-to-back penalties. They chew off 30 or 40 metres from that, and just too hard when it's this close. So an interesting decision to go for the kick here. Would you
Too
have
hard
been...
to be in a coach, I'd say. Just too hard to be a coach. I mean, Ross and Sean, they'll be tossing and turning tonight, pulling their hair out, what's left of it.
So Jones, who nailed one from the sideline a few moments ago. No mistake this time. Kicks it over.
Yeah, right over to the neighbours. That Steeden has left the park.
For the gap. Less than 15 to play. Root Rooster on the line. Potentially top of the table on the line for the Hornets as well, depending how the Northcote result is going. Over at Birkenhead War Memorial, we'll look to bring you an update on that as we get to the back end here.
Yeah, will that be on clear points or aggregate?
It's on for and against. It's fairly close as it stands, but at this stage, Northcote are behind anyway, so it wouldn't matter. Kingy gets us back underway. He's fielded about 10 out, and now Clayton Williams says, "I'll have a go, boys."
Great run.
We'll move the ball on now. Simeon breaking down the left-hand side. The Bears get in there, and somehow he stays in the field of play, but already they're 40 metres out. Friend to Bishop. Trent Bishop looks up, takes it forward. Look at the yardage they've already chewed off here, the Howick Hornets. Friend to Hortony. Vuti Bao to Fuimono. A juggle. It's put down. Knock on Howick. This will come back for a scrum to the Bears. It was enterprising stuff on every play that time from Howick. That time just pushed it one step too far, and it will be a handover ball. Glenora will get this ball about 10 metres short of halfway. And just updating you on some of the results from around the grounds. Papakura continue to lead by just 2 over Pukakoi, 24-22. Manurewa now well in control over Hibiscus, 40-12. That looks a done deal there. Manurewa look like picking up their first win of the Crown Lift Trucks Fox Championship. Ponchevlera in control, 34-8 over Mangere East. Otahu up 54-0 over Maris. That's a non-event. And Mount Albert, by our count, still 18-6 up over the Northcote Tigers. Fonoti to Rangi, and then they come centre field. Tippins to Bernard, who juggled. Tippins links with Bernard again. 30 out from the line now. Kingy, Vasuvulangi kicks in behind. Chase is good from Glenora. Ball's loose. Paulie's picked it up. Flicks it out the back. And what have we got here? Tackled on the ground. There's a Howick player, in fact a Glenora player down. So a fair bit going on here. There's bodies down everywhere.
Yeah, no, somebody just got subbed off on our side, and I think they were trying to bring a player in over on the far side. So you're right, there's one injury off, there's one man down.
So we're getting a replay here from the CTAS crew. You can see Vasu Valangi kicked in behind. It was a great effort from Paulie to get to this ball, which was initially, I think, fumbled by Papa. Now, let's see what the eventual call is. It'll be a Howick penalty.
Another interchange about to happen as well. Tony Tui is coming back on.
Short rest. Clayton Williams, a pillar of strength today for the Howick Hornets. Tuia, his first touch of his second stint. Returning from about 5 weeks off. So a fairly long stint on the sidelines for Tony. This is Scott Jones, who takes the Hornets up over halfway. They sit on a 4-point lead. 11 and a half to play. Jethro Friend jumps out, steals a few extra metres. They're 30 out now. Last play coming up. Bishop is the dummy half. Will go short side where Papa will kick. Simeon is chasing hard, but Fornauti claims it untouched, and then Gillett comes through and puts some pressure on, and now the ball's loose. Knock on the call. Huge moment. And put it down to the pressure of Royden Gillett.
Yeah, the Hornets have been attacking that side of the field all day. I think the young boy in the number 2, the Glenora Bear.
Yeah, Kenneth Fornauti.
Yep. They've been directing a wee bit of traffic, all through the first half. The second half, they've come back and had another crack at it.
He's had a really good game too for a young fella on the wing, only new to the Fox. That time comes up with an unfortunate error. He'll be praying they can hold on here. Big push in the scrum. Friend to Hortony. Hortony, look out! Carlos Hortony! Slices straight through them! Howick in for another one, and that could be a crucial blow here to the Glenora Bears. Carlos Hortony got the ball, looked up, and only needed the smallest of gaps to go through.
And look at this action replay brought to you by SAS Sporting Apparel. It was a set play. Nice little fake on the inside drop there. Just caught up a number of defenders. Basically just turned the jet burners on there. Split them wide open. And that's something they train every Thursday night down here at the Hornets. And 4 points. And for a kicker, they love that sort of try. As close as you can get to those SAS uprights, the better.
So 8 the gap now.
Yeah. Crowd up on the hill. They are applauding their team. Yeah. Must have cornered the market on LMP up there, Corey.
Scott Jones to attempt the conversion to make it a 10-point gap with less than 10 to play. Kick is good. Progressive scaffolding, Howick Hornets, they lead 24-14. What a final quarter it's been from them. It's not over yet though. The Glenora Bears won't go away. That's one thing we know about this team. Proven winners. They've been doing it for 3 or 4 years now.
Absolutely. Yeah, they've got really strong personnel, well structured, well coached. And
Short restart. Some tall timber out there. Vasu Valangi knocks it down. Knock on Glenora the call.
So close. The crowds have just been electric as we get deeper into the season, eh?
Absolutely. And you do wonder in a close game how much that helps in the final 20 minutes or so, when you're just looking for that little bit of extra energy. And I know certainly you can feel the lift here at Paparoa Park.
Oh, they've struck against the ball. Well, that was close. Just about pulled it off.
Gillett runs a straight line off the scrum. And for a quick play, the ball gets it as well. That's good work from Royden Gillett. Jethro Friend hitches the right on an offside player. A constant presence in game number 100 for Howick. Williams bumps the ball forward. Points here would kill the game off, you would think. 10 the gap as it is. They can take it out to a 3-score lead. You would think the task is too big for the Glenora Bears. Vuiti Bao now has taken the ground. Options left and right here for Friend. He's got Hortone to his right. But instead will move out to the left, and they're going to take the field goal.
Knock
Play
on.
on the cool.
No,
Rangi
play
picks
on.
it up.
Thank you.
And Glenora with 80 metres to go. This will help.
Too high. Just relax.
Tackle crept up high there.
Looking to move fast now, the Bears.
Tippins. Puts that one into touch. It's a good kick from Zach Tippins as well. Whairangi Charlie. Need 2 tries here, Glenora.
Release.
5.5 to play.
Go. That's one.
Kavaliku will go straight in hard.
Up now, 10. Hold. Go. That's 2.
Down the right, they come via Davis.
18. Release. That's 3.
Kingy. Backdoor to Ioka. Again, they swing it way out the back and it breaks down. Oh, the timing was just a bit off that time. Had the right idea.
Yeah, it was a set play. They were all set up for it. Just the execution wasn't there. You can see a lot of frustration coming from the Bears centre there. Just basically binned his mouth guard. I think he's kind of picked it up now. But it was all on.
Okay, boys, let's move forward. Take him down. Got 4 minutes.
And there's a Bears moment. They're going to have to shake it off.
Seconds in. Feet half. Feet. Right.
Hotany with the feed, and then to Royden Gillett. And hasn't he been a classy
Yeah.
presence today? He's done all the little things right.
Took the words out of my mouth, mate. Job done there. He's had a big day today.
Hands off.
Joshua Simeon,
2.
quick play the ball to Hortony, who then goes to Tony Tuia, runs it straight at Suape,
Great offload.
gets an offload out the back as well, and Nahu Main is on hand to scoop that one up before being taken to ground by Bernard. He's got a word to say to Bernard as well.
Go. That's 3.
Tuia plays short at the line to Williams, a little bit of prop to prop play.
Release. That's 4.
Jethro Friend, Papa kicks, chase good from Howick, but Wairangi brave as anything.
Release.
What a career this kid's got ahead of him. Super reliable at fullback today, Wairangi. It was a brave play that time as Tippins throws a worldly pass over the top. They're looking to execute some space here, the Glenora Bears. But Fuimono has other ideas and contains him. They're 20 off their own line now, Glenora. Need a try in this set, you would think. Jump out of dummy half, but again, gets a little bit of second phase away. It was Fuimono leading the charge defensively. Hotany's down in back play, I think it is. He's lost the headgear. Kavaliku. Last play coming up. What have they got in the bag here? Kingy to Rangi. Rangi. Looping ball over the top. Space on the right edge now. They're going to have to come back infield though. Howick could get in there and quickly. Pop it out the back. Rangi. Hands off. Hot potato stuff. They centralise now. Another offload. Kingy on the ball. Wyatt Rangi now goes out wide. Back to Wyatt, who eventually has to kick. It's not a bad finish to the set considering. Peter Olivetti looks up and will bring the ball straight back. They just need to complete sets here, Howick. And they're going to win this one. Joshua Simeon. Knock on. Well, just as I say, they need to just complete their sets and it's a done deal pretty much, the Howick Hornets.
Bears are packed in. They're ready to roll.
Joshua Simeon. Why on earth are we offloading there? Time off.
See this guy. Front rollers. Front rollers, bend your back. Seconds, please. When you're ready.
Time back on.
Suzanne Ioka will collect from the back of the scrum, hands off to his centre, Phoenix Pyle.
Time back. All good.
Kavaliku runs it at Williams, Jones and Friend, and gets an offload away as well. How did he get free then? Paiu set upon and chopped down low by Foimoano. Make or break set now for the Bears, you would think. Zion Ioka comes centre field to Pawhairangi Charlie. Good carry there, and he'll want to quick play the ball as well, but the Hornets do well to wrestle him onto his back. Tippins to Bernard. Bernard will go straight. 10 out from the line now.
11 up.
Tackles up their sleeve.
That's 4. Jethro.
Ioka crabs across field. Paiu. Oh, Anthony Foimoano. He has made some huge tackles in the last 10 minutes. A great read again. Jumping out of dummy half. The offload out the back. It's knocked on by Glenora. Turn over the call, and that might just about do it.
Just hold the ball. Right there. When you're ready. When you're forward. When you're ready. Almost 9.
Tuia.
Oh! Release!
Siren goes in the background. The Hornets stay top. The Hornets retain possession of the Root Rooster, and they win in game number 100 for Jethro Friend. In the end, it is the Progressive Scaffolding Howick Hornets 24, Glenora Bears 14. Very short break for us before we join the players down on the sideline for the post-match captain's interviews.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Let me do this, but I'm going to shoot off.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have the handing over of the Root Rooster, the re-awarding of the Root Rooster to the Howick Hornets. Another successful defence today.
Congratulations.
All right, now joined by Jethro Friend. Well, Jethro, another Root Rooster defence, and you remain top of the table. A good day at the office.
Yes, it was a tough game against Glenora. We knew after a really good win last week they'll come from momentum, and we had a poor game last week, so we had to respond. And credit to the boys for staying tough and defending the home ground with passion and pride, and couldn't ask for anything more.
100 games today for Howick. Does the body feel like it?
Yeah, get a feeling about order every game. So yeah, just enjoying playing the game again, enjoying the boys I'm playing with and the club I'm playing for. So enjoy tonight and get ready to go again come Tuesday.
Jethro, we're going to let you get the roop over to the boys, mate. Congratulations and all the best for the next few rounds.
So thank you, Auckland Rugby League. Cheers.
So there it is. The Roop Rooster remains at Paparoa Park. A couple more defences to go for the Howick Hornets and a win in game number 100 for Jethro Friend. All right, that does it for our coverage here from Paparoa Park. A win today for the Howick Hornets. They retain the Roop Rooster and stay top of the table. Keep an eye on aucklandleague.co.nz for our next announcement on where we're headed next for the live stream. We'll see you in a week's time.